Live. Live? Planes, trains, and automobiles here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Folks, we are live from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, here at the iconic Stadium Swim. Jay Swish, joined as always by Bob Gucci, a.k.a. the Heat Daddy. How we doing, baby?
It's really good to be in Vegas on a Monday morning at the pool. And it's just, I don't know how long we've been here, but it's really been
Felt like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been quite the weekend, Swish. But yeah, it's great to be here at Circa Swim. What a fucking establishment.
This is a hell of a spot. I mean, last night, we didn't even go down to the pool, but it was packed for both the games in terms of the football games. We were actually just watching from the room because that screen is so fucking big that you can literally watch it from about a mile away.
Yeah,
we had the best seat in the house.
Yeah, we could watch it from the room. And someone actually told me, they're like, oh, no volume. No, you can hook up the volume in the room and watch the game on the big screen right behind us, which hopefully we don't get flagged for having that going. But
imagine having that room and just syncing up a porno to that TV.
That'd be kind of sick. Watching porn on that TV would be nuts.
Like, I'm not a big porn guy, but if you're going to watch porn and have that and you're synced up and you're sitting in, room 20, 24, it'd be kind of nasty. I don't know. I'm an ideas guy.
Yeah, it would be the football game yesterday was crazy. By the way, like, you have to feel for Jackson Mahomes. Like, he has so many opportunities to hit TikTok dances on the sidelines, and he just can't because he tried to kiss that girl. It's just his brother keeps making it back to the Super Bowl. He can't make TikToks. It's just, you got to feel for him, like when his brother's getting all the spotlight.
It's crazy because they took away TikTok from Jackson Mahomes for 4 hours, and then all the attention went back onto Patty Mahomes Sr., who I guess did play in the MLB. I thought it was just like a tagline they used when they kind of just, you have Patty Mahomes' this drop-down bar, like 3-time MVP, 3 Super Bowls, whatever he's won, all-time leading, guy under 27 to X amount of games, Pro Bowls, this and that. And then in like font size 6, it'd be like, oh yeah, Senior did play in MLB. And yesterday, I actually found out he did actually throw a few games in that league.
Yeah, I mean, they only mention it every single broadcast.
Right.
So it's,
Dude, I got this bottle service just book handed to me when we sat down from the good folks over here at Circa. And I was like, ooh, I might have to stay off the piss because Saturday night at Rick Ross's birthday party that he didn't even show up to, fella, I don't know if we're washed up, but I'm still hurt.
Yeah, I also like how rappers, if they're scheduled to perform somewhere, they just don't. They don't. He was in the building, and the DJ the whole night was going, Ricky Rose, he's in the building. But then he never came out. Because he's just too faded.
He was way too faded. And that's the cool thing about rappers is if you actually don't feel like going on stage, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like in every other industry, you're probably getting, a bad rap from you, no pun intended. You're probably not welcome back. In this case, I think it actually works in your favor when you don't even show up to your own birthday. Like, we ultimately need to get to that status.
Yeah, I mean, but it did suck though, because we were there for like 2 hours. By the way, people listening, it is so fucking loud right now. Like, I don't know if it's picking up on the mics.
It's got it,
but it is absolutely bumping. I don't know. Chat,
how's that? Can you hear us at all? We're live from the wet deck right now over at Circa.
I think they can hear us, but they can't hear the music. But anyway, yeah, we go over to Rick Ross's birthday. I've never been to Dre's. Now, it is a hip hop club. Yes. You know what I mean? And I've never been to something like that. And we go there, and they said Rick Ross is going to perform for his birthday, and he just never showed up, which is kind of sick. You do have to respect that.
The cool thing about being a DJ and one of the ladies, the go-go dancers on stage twerking, literally hoping that he'll come out, is you fully know that he's probably not going to perform, but you have to hype it up like he is. You have to keep saying the same tagline as Rick Ross is in the motherfucking building, and then they do that little DJ horn. It's pretty cool, man. And the chicks, how hard they were twerking on stage. I mean, we've been to a couple of these establishments in the last few weeks. Pretty Pleased in Scottsdale. And now we made our ways over to Dreas, which is one of my personal favorites in Vegas. We're starting to tap into the rap culture, man. Don't be surprised if we get in the studio and start laying down some beats.
I just don't like that they charged me to wear my hat. Like, that was definitely because I'm Irish.
Because you're white.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I do respect that, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just trying to have a good time. Everyone else has their hat on. Like, why do I have to pay $20 to keep my hat on? I get my hair cut at fucking Great Clips. So I do have a problem with taking my hat off a lot of the times when we're in public like that, because I still don't know how to wear my hair because I'm just immature like that.
Right.
But yeah, dude, besides that, they were pretty welcoming. And yeah, those chicks on stage, they go so hard. They probably burn like 3,000 calories.
Yeah, talk about making $14 an hour the hard way. But you go back to wearing your hat. I respect it because it's like you got to earn that privilege and right to. They knew you were a rookie coming into Dreas. They knew that you probably were just somewhere you shouldn't be in the regards of just different things. But the one sick thing I did see in there, and it reminded me, like, it just goes back to like the Paul Wall days, the Grills days with Nelly, man. And to see that one guy that was sitting by us or standing by us right at the bar that had the iced out grill, no stylist, just makes me. I need a freezer in my mouth, man. Like,
yeah, but there's certain stuff that they could pull off that we just can't.
Yeah, but white bros can do it too. Look at Paul Wall.
Paul Wall is like, I don't know.
I mean, he's got that H-Town in him, Houston.
Is Paul Wall white?
Yeah, he's got.
I didn't know that.
Scotty Storch.
Oh.
The white boys can do it.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's all about how you present yourself. If you walk in with a grill, now Bob Gucci has a way different attitude.
Yeah.
Now you're that from this day moving forward.
Yeah, for sure.
If you wanted to flip that switch, you got that in your bag.
What do you think your favorite part overall about Vegas is?
Leaving.
Yeah.
I texted you the other day, and it took me 30 minutes to get from the gym at the Cosmo to back up to my room because I went in the wrong elevators. It was floor 31 to 60, and I was in a lower level. And then I had to go all the way down to the lobby and come back up, and we're stopping on every floor like it's a fucking fire drill. I don't know, man. Even us being here for 4 days, now day 5, we've only drank once, and we didn't even really booze that hard in our standards. Like a hard night's 25 plus. We kept it under that. That threshold we hit was nowhere near that number, but it's just exhausting being here. Like, it literally sucks everything out of you. I mean, you're playing a Jordan like flu game right now.
Yeah, I feel horrible right now. I actually woke up in the middle of the night. I had cold sweats, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's something just about Vegas. So I do like Vegas. I like that it's just a playground. It's just an adult playground.
Yes.
Everyone's boozing. Everyone's smoking. Everyone's gambling. Like, think about how funny that is. Everybody is doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing.
Everyone is just, it's like it's an adult playground for retards. It really is, because you come in here, you smoke, you drink, you gamble, you could smoke dope 2 feet outside, then you come to the pool and you spend way too much money on a bottle of Tito's you could get at your local liquor store for $17. And now it's marked up to $1,700, and you get 3 of them. And then you get the sparkler show, the champagne shower, and the next thing you know, you literally just spent a Subaru Outback at a pool on a Sunday watching football, where you could have done that at your hometown at Buffalo Wild Wings for $42.
Yeah, it's also like at Lavo too. We went to Lavo, and just like you're eating a chicken parm, and there's just a DJ absolutely cranking 5 feet away from you.
Yes.
But you can't find that anywhere else.
No, you can't. And it's just like, I mean, it's like just every night's a show. Like even last night when we were trying to get away from it, we couldn't. And we're staying off the strip at this lovely place at Circa. Went downstairs to one of their nicer places in Barry's Steakhouse. But even like going down and leaving the casino, like the music is just pumping. Like this morning when I woke up to get a coffee, it's still fucking pumping. Like there's no way around it. You're here for 5 days. It can literally put you into a trance that you might not be able to shake for the better part of 90 days.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I respect the people that you walk down to get your morning coffee on Monday morning. There's still people going so hard at slots. They're on the craps table. To be on a craps table at Monday morning, you got to be a different type of, you got to be built differently. You have to be the type of guy that just is neglecting your kids and you're not listening to your wife and you're kind of just doing whatever the hell you want to do. I mean, why? I want to do a documentary of like, who is playing craps Monday morning in Vegas at 10 o'clock? Who are you? What's your story? What's going on here?
Yeah, you got some real fucking problems. I'll tell you that.
I mean, everyone has their fucking problems, but
right.
That's a different type of like respect.
How many jammers do you think there are on a weekend night in Vegas during, let's call it just the football season?
I bet you there's a decent amount of heart attacks.
Do you think is it 12 to 15 a night? That maybe there's probably way more than are reported
like throughout
too.
the whole strip.
Yeah, throughout the whole strip. And how many do you think are reported and like off and on the record? Like I'm gonna say there's probably 40 jammers a night, Thursday through Sunday.
40 heart attacks a night in the city? That's a lot.
Man, I probably think like 7 to 10 are reported, and there's probably at least another 10 to 20 non-reported, or guys don't even feel it because it's just like that mini jammer.
Yeah,
where your heart stops for about a millisecond.
I hate
and
that.
Then you keep snowing.
Yeah, I'd say. Where do you think? I think 40 heart attacks a lot. I'd say there's like anywhere from 10 to 15 heart attacks in Vegas a night.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the strip though.
Yes,
and
correct.
What resort do you think people have the most heart attacks at? Do you think?
What's that one hotel like Harrah's or
Harrah's?
Harrah's. I would say that's probably it's high up there for heart attacks. I would say the Sahara is a sneaky spot. See, if you're gonna have a heart attack at Sahara because you are spending only $14 for your room, is you probably don't have insurance. So you don't want to report it because then you have to pay the ambulance bill, the ER. Like you'd rather actually die than spend $1,500.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably one of those places where a lot of heart attacks go off the record, and your buddy just helps you out, and he actually is like, giving you the Heimlich, but you're not choking on anything. You're having a heart attack. But that's the only thing he was taught in 7th grade is to maybe act like you got something like a buffalo wing lodged in the lining of your heart, but really. It's the exact opposite. Your heart would stop.
If I had to have a heart attack somewhere, Circa would be a great place because there's people everywhere. It's very clean. It's a new hotel. It's not like if you have a heart attack at Treasure Island, that looks normal. Like no one's going to be like, oh my God, that guy's seizing out on the floor. That's just a normal everyday thing at Treasure Island, which is, retails for $8 a night for a room.
Yes.
If you have a heart attack somewhere here, like Circa, you're probably going to get that medical care you need right away.
This is a great spot to have a jammer. I would say it's a top 3 to 5 place to have a jammer in Las Vegas. Steve Wynn's place obviously is another good place to have a jammer, but there are places where I don't even know if they'd make that call for you, dude. Like if you're at the Flamingo and you fall down, they'll probably a good chance just put you in a recycling bin.
They'll probably just go through your pockets and just take whatever,
right.
Your $5
well, first of all,
chips.
They'll take back their chips. Yes, exactly. And then they'll try to wake you up. And if you don't wake up, you'll just be in a trash bin outside. And, the next thing you know, you're buried outside of the Hoover Dam. And
I bet you Sunday has the most heart attacks in Vegas because football guys love having heart attacks.
Yes. And I would say either at the pool or going home because you got to factor in those withdrawals you're having too, right? All of a sudden you've been all goofed up on Mountain Dew for 72 hours and then you throw a little bit of snow in there, maybe a little DMT, Molly, and you're getting on your Southwest plane and all of a sudden you just drop. Like you drop and you don't even make it to McCarran International. Drop before that. You're in the lobby trying to get a coffee. Fella, that's the last thing you need is caffeine to spike up your heart rate and you flatline.
Collapsing like after a couple days in Vegas is so respectable though, because that just means you left it all out there on the line. Because I've been to Vegas with like kids that they kind of like halfway in, halfway out. They take a nap at like 6 o'clock and then they say they're going to wake up at 10 and I'm going to go out the rest of the night, but they don't. They stay in. If you're having a heart attack after 3 days in Vegas, you did it the right way.
Yes. And my first ever Vegas trip, I went with all my buddies at North Dakota. I thought I was the richest guy in the world. I had just signed after my junior year. I was freshly 21. We came down here in June. And we went to a Calvin Harris Wet at Night. Back in Wet Republic, used to have the night parties. It was
crazy.
Unbelievable. The first night, both guys that I'm with, we were with another guy as well. They both jump in with their phones in their pocket. Phones are dead. The next day, we wake up. One of those guys that his phone ended up breaking because he jumped into the pool with it in him. Goes to take a shit, but actually shits his pants walking to Twin Peaks. We were going to Twin Peaks.
That's so
shits
cool.
his pants, has to go home. The following day, he's so hung, pukes on the bird. We're getting back to Grand Forks. My brother, Nick, was actually picking us up. We land in Grand Forks, Rob. As soon as the double doors open, the automatic doors from the baggage claim at GFK International, he pukes right in front of this kid. This kid's like 6 years old. Wipes off his mouth, just looks at the 6-year-old and goes, oh, Vegas. Gets in the car, shits his pants, breaks his phone, and pukes in front of a 6-year-old all within 72 hours. That, my friend, is a Vegas shift in a nutshell.
You know what blows my mind is when people bring their kids to Vegas.
Like, what are you doing?
I don't understand that.
The weird thing right now, too, is how weird is it? We mentioned it. There's so many TikTok kids that are like 18 years old running around Vegas these days.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Like, why is that? You're just going through the casino, like acting like you're a beauty with your fade and your bowl cut. Like every kid these days too, they have the bowl cut where they actually put the salad bowl on top of your head and they trim around it and then it's just like a blowout. It's really weird.
Not a lot of people know that, or maybe they do, but Circa here is 21 plus. I think that's cool. Keep the kids out.
Yeah.
Like
that's why they ID you.
Yeah, and there's probably not a lot of pedophiles here because it's 21 plus to get in, so they probably just don't even come here. So overall, great spot.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, like we said, we've been in Vegas since Thursday.
This is a hockey podcast.
This is a hockey show at the end of the day, as Rob mentioned. Let's always clarify.
I do have the flu right now, by the way. I just want to clarify that, too.
He's got the twine flu. He's been scoring too much. But this is a hockey pod. Dude, we've been here, like I said, since Thursday. And I love Nevada. I've always had a strict 48-hour rule, maybe 72. But it feels like we've been here for about 4 months.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Like when people say that they booked their trip for 5 days for Vegas, I'm like, you've never been there before.
Yeah, you're probably like Canadian.
You turn into a different person. If you're pedal to the metal the whole time. Now
Yes.
you could do it different ways though. Like we played tennis the other night.
Yep.
In Vegas. It did feel different though playing tennis on the Vegas Strip. It felt, I don't know, I felt like a little drunk.
Yeah, well, because you think you should be hung or you think you should be drunk, and then all of a sudden you've got a workout in, and then you play tennis. You're like, wait, your body's actually having an out-of-body experience.
It's almost like you want to go that much harder too. If you get in a good workout in Vegas, you just go that much more berserk later in the night.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a peace of mind thing, but it's also when you're working out in Vegas, you actually feel like a huge pussy. It's like I shouldn't be doing this. I should feel way worse. What am I doing right now?
It's funny. Well, yeah, I mean, 2 floors down, people are screaming at the blackjack table, and you're up, walking on incline.
Yeah, and then you have that other pool that somehow at the Cosmo they have an indoor pool shaker. I didn't even know they had an indoor wet deck, by the way, until I heard it in my room and I was trying to record a little bit of a pod the other day, and I was like, "What is going on?" You're like, "Oh yeah, that's the indoor wet deck."
Yeah, the wet decks are always buzzing at every single place. They find a way. Even right now, what is it? 50 degrees out. This wet deck is fucking unreal.
This wet deck's unbelievable.
This is probably the best wet deck in Vegas.
Consensus number 1.
Yeah. And I like it. Like I said, it's a class here. It's not like where you go to MGM Grand. It's just going to be all piss.
Yes.
Could you imagine how much piss is in the MGM Grand pool?
Oh, I mean, I used to, like I said, like I told you off here, we used to go to What Republic. We get the cabana, like you probably had with the pool, and it was just easier to piss in your own private pool than it was to go to the bathroom.
Is that why you get that?
Yeah, it's just a step thing at that point, right? I can't. You never leave a good time for a good time.
Yeah, true.
And you're probably not going to have a great time in the bathroom. I'm having a good time now.
Yeah.
And I'm not the first guy to piss in this pool today. That's for damn sure.
Heard a lot about you. Chicks in the chat. Are there any chicks in the chat?
About you.
Yeah. Heard a lot about you.
We should get her on.
I might have a jammer in the middle of the show.
What's she doing?
I don't know. Should we get her on the show?
Maybe try
every
to
chick in Vegas has those like big tattoos on their rib cage and it like goes down to the hip. It's really like, I don't know, something that I didn't think I was into, but I like that. It's like the official staple of like you're good at going to pool parties.
Yeah,
you're good at pool partying if you have that. If you're a chick, you have a fake set probably, and you have that tattoo that goes from your rib cage like down your hip, and it kind of like forms into one.
Yes,
that's how you know that you're really good at partying.
Yeah, it's a Bible verse. It's probably integrated in with like a dragon or some sort of butterfly, and it's always in that cursive. It's like the old English cursive that almost looks like it could be on a Detroit Tigers logo. It's like it's really clean. It looks nice. Yeah, man. It's. I think it's probably the one big thing about being in Vegas is you have to have that rib cage tat because it's a part of your starter kit.
Yeah, definitely. What else would be in a starter kit for Vegas?
I would say if you're not going to rock that, it's probably a leg sleeve or a little bit of a forearm sleeve, a fake set. For guys, you have to be, I mean, no guy is stepping into Vegas without some sort of, base tan. He's either gone to the tanning booth or he actually is putting spray on tan on. And then I would say it's an insane amount of Axe gel in your hair. So when you get in the pool, even if you do dunk yourself, you come up and it's still standing straight up like Pauly D.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, Pauly D is good. He's probably here a lot, Pauly D, actually.
Yeah, he's done a couple stays here, I think, where you would DJ for, the residency like thing.
Yeah, I feel like a big part of being a Vegas guy is having those tattoos that you said. You got to have a tribal.
Yes. You also have to have those high tops, like designer high tops. You know what I'm talking about?
Like Philip Plein.
Yeah, or even just like if you're a really big Vegas guy, like you maybe only have $1,200 in your bank account, but you spend $1,100 on the Christian Dior high tops. And they're all white, and then you have ripped jeans, like from your belt buckle all the way down to your ankle, and then it's like a really, really insanely tight shirt that you might not even be able to breathe in, but it has the outlining of your abs on it, and that's when chicks can really see how jacked you are and how hard you smell.
Doing steroids too is also a huge part of being a Vegas guy. Like I feel like most guys that are going to the pool are on some sort of steroid.
Yes, it's peptides. It's steroids. Then you got to talk about how many times a day you sauna and cold tub. That's huge too.
What the hell are peptides?
Peptides, it's like a amino acid that integrates with HGH chat. That's probably totally wrong, but it's something like that. And don't you think though, it's just like being a part of Vegas is like having to like look the part, man.
Yeah.
Like you have to look like you're from New Jersey.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like that's how you wheel here.
Yeah. Vegas is like the New Jersey of the West.
Right.
Like in a way.
Yeah. It's just something about it where like you have to come in and you have to look like you're extremely rich.
Yes. I mean, I would come here back in the day, and I'd be gambling with like $4,000. It was like my whole bank account.
Yeah.
But no one knows that, though. No one knows the pressure that I'm putting myself under for absolutely no reason. Just to look cool for the dealer. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and you're playing the dealer straight up. You're not even trying to impress anyone.
No.
You're just like, I want to be richer than the dealer. It's like the dealer works for the house.
Yeah.
You're playing the house.
Yeah. For no reason. I mean, I did not need to put myself through that stress, but again, that's Vegas.
That's the best part about being here is you just become totally something you're not.
Yeah. Being a complete pretender.
It's unbelievable. It's like the guy the other night we were sitting at that bar inside of the Palazzo, and he comes up to us. He's like, you guys should go over to the porn convention. We're like, why? He's like, well, you look at tits. It's like, dude, open your eyes. There's tits all around.
That Uber driver was so horny. He was like name dropping porn stars left and right. He's like, oh, she's here. This guy's going to be here. That guy's going to be here. You guys should go down there. They're everywhere. How about the guy that came up to us at Electra?
That's what I was saying. Like the guy that came up to us at the Palazzo.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like telling us about every porn star. He actually like pulled up this site that I'd never seen before. And I don't know if the chat's ever seen this, but it's an elite prospects or hockey DB like site for porn stars. Mm-hmm. It says games played, wrenches taken, assist, penalty minutes, like violations, and games played. I mean, I didn't know Lisa Ann literally had over 2,000 wrenches. So
shout out to Lisa Ann, friend of the show. I thought that guy actually spiked my drink at one point. He was like doing all this weird shit with his hands, and like it like went over my drink, and I was like, "Fuck, did that guy just drop something into my drink?" Yeah,
at one point I thought he was casting a spell on us.
Yeah, he was something like that, and he was like going behind our chair, blah blah blah. That guy was on something. Who isn't though?
He was on something stiffer than alcohol. Let's put it that way. But the thing is like you mentioned, I was just thankful that I had finished my grapes and my water was closed. But he definitely was trying to either shove something up our butt or in our drink. It was really weird.
Yeah, he was trying to wheel us, but I think he was trying to mask it because he was talking about the porn convention. Right. But he was like trying to see like how interested we were.
It's like the guy that comes way over the top is like the huge like guy like the wheel or the alpha, but he actually at the same time he's trying to bang you.
Yeah,
it's a weird play. Guys like that. It's an oxymoron. It's a weird play, but it's a tale as old as time in that sense.
Yeah, this is a hockey show, everybody. Welcome in. We're streaming live from Stadium Swim at Circa.
Should I give away these hats for the winners?
Yeah, let's do it. We have some giveaways to do.
Okay, well, I'll start it at the top here. So from the show on 117. And we have told the people for the last 3 shows, go on our YouTube and comment on the YouTube video, and we'll give away a chin hat. So the winner and the proud winner of 1 chin hat from the show on the 17th of January is going to be Joey Furta Sanchez. He's an OG listener.
Joe Sanchez, dude.
So, Sanch, if you're listening,
he's in the chat.
Please send us your address. DM us on Instagram. DM the account, Hockey Night Scottsdale, and we will get you a chin hat sent. Obviously, Joe Sanchez, he dates back to the day one type dude. So shout out to Sanch, Dirty Sanchez. He's going to be taking home a chin hat, fella. Let us know your address and what colored chin hat you would like. And for the folks that want a chin hat or maybe a sweatshirt, those are always at hockeynightscottsdale.shop. Our second winner, proud winner, is Snizbone66. That is a burner account. So Snizbone66 is a proud winner on the 21st. He commented, his first tuck was a girl named Rebecca who worked at the Cheesecake Factory. She shagged like a minx. So Snizbone66, that was obviously the iconic cheesecake versus Chili's debate. We tied in, go comment who you lost your virginity to on our YouTube page. And it happened to be the 1-2 parlay like you read about. It was Rebecca. She did work at a Cheesecake Factory just outside of Ann Arbor, Michigan. So, Snizbone, if you're listening, fella, DM the account to claim your chin hat. And Rob, you want to read the third one? Or do you want me to keep going?
Keep it going. I'm resting right now. Yep. I know we said it in the chat. I woke up this morning and I'm sick right now. I'm just gonna go on the record and say that. So if I get you sick, if I get the security guard sick over there, that's 100% on me. And I literally didn't know how I was gonna do this. Like I am absolutely battling right now. But sometimes that's 11 a.m. at the Wet Deck in Vegas. It'll happen. I'm not 100%. So you keep reading them, and I'll just keep trying to,
Yes, sir. And our last winner of a chin hat, again, to the 2 winners, Joe Sanchez, Snizbone66. Please claim your prizes on our DMs on Instagram. Let us know what size, not what size, but what color hat you'd like. And our last winner is S. Baker, the touchdown maker on 123. That was live from the Cosmo on the dry deck, the 42nd floor. He commented his favorite casino to play at, because our question was, what's your favorite place to play in Vegas? He said the Luxor. Most dealers can't count to 21, and the ones that can't speak English. Rooms are $30 a night, and the 2-star is generous. All those things are true. I love how you just painted that picture for us over here at Hockey Night Scottsdale. So S. Baker, the touchdown maker, fella, please DM us again to all the proud winners. Great fucking job. Thank you for commenting to all the people. We'll do another giveaway after this show as well, but we got 3 chin hats we're giving away. Joey Ferda Sanchez, Snizbone66, and S. Baker. Please DM us on Instagram and what color chin hat you want. We'll get that sent out. And to all the people that ordered merch this week, we will get that out to you as well. So stay with us. We did guarantee we'll ship it out by the end of the month, and that's what we'll do. Okay, back to hockey talk here, Rob. This is a hockey show at the end of the day. We are a hockey. Why did Mikko Rantanen do this? Who got traded here, fella? Do we want to talk about anybody hockey, or just want to keep talking about wet decks and pussy?
Well, somebody in the chat said that you had Commanders money line.
Yes,
they wanted well, I wanted Commanders money line too, but they wanted an explanation on that.
That's gambling. That's show business. And yeah, they got their absolute shit pushed in. I thought Jaden Daniels, the Arizona State product, could do a little bit better than that. That line was so intriguing to me because I got it at plus 280. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, they might be able to sneak away in here if their defense plays okay. Jaden Daniels, the way he's going, he's really slinging that thing. And my God, was I fucking wrong. They got piss pumped in Philadelphia, man. The Eagles.
I was actually trying to take the Commanders. My brother took the other team.
Yes,
so
that was a smart move. I don't know why I got so horny for that plus 280. I mean, clearly that thing should have been plus 2,800 because 55 points in the playoff game.
Yeah,
like that thing got away in a hurry, and it ultimately came down to early turnovers and different things, just mismanaging the game early on, and what led to that. But yeah, so whoever commented that, I'm sorry, my friend. Hopefully you didn't ride with me, but at the end of the day, Bob, that's why it's gambling, dude. None of us are ever really right.
Yeah, gambling is not easy. Like, actually, this is probably the least I've ever gambled in Vegas. I played a little bit of roulette, went down, then you go up, and then you lose it. You lose everything, and you go to the ATM, and you're getting emails about how your account's about to get shut down. So, yeah, I mean, that's gambling. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I'm just looking at the stadium package here because I still have this.
Yeah, I want to hear what's
up
on that menu.
So the one that's really jumping out at me is called Soak the Couch. And I'm not sure if we're talking about, there's different forms of soaking. There's the Utah way of soaking where you have your buddy shake the bed. There's Soak the Couch in the stadium package. That includes Celebrate Like a Champion, 5 bottles for $500, 10 bottles for $1,000, champagne shower, and game-winning ice bath. That's an absolute steal. I mean, I don't know what kind of champagne we're talking about here, but 5 for $500 or 10 for $1,000. That's not bad. I don't know if those are Fiji bottles or Mountain Valley or actual champagne, but that's not a bad deal. Then we got the triple double, which is often talked about, rarely achieved. 3 standard bottles of spirits of your choice and 2 standard bottles of Ciroc Yellow Label champagne. That's $2,500. The full Circa. We're talking the full Missionary, full Nelson, 1 standard bottle each of vodka. Don Julio 1942 and some Rit champagne. That's $2,500 MSRP. I mean, you got everything from the game day experience, the ace in the case, the Zamboni, the penalty box, and the Aperol Spritz package. So, yeah, at the end of the day,
does you that?
Boozing isn't cheap.
Yeah, boozing is not cheap.
And boozing is a contact sport. It's crazy, like, when you get on the other side of 30, just how hard the game becomes. Like, you just think you're such a nail gun when you're 25 and you wake up and you barely have a headache. You go over to Perkins and you get the Grand Slam, and it's all of a sudden you're right back in it. And now, man, 31, waking up in a Parlay Pete Rose jersey, it's just like, fuck. Just hits your chin different, man.
These look so good.
Yeah, should we get one?
No, I mean, I would pass out and die if I had any of this, but right now. But Barbados Blitz, the Mount Gay Eclipse Rum, lime juice. Who comes up with these? They just get in a conference room and just figure out how to get people banged up?
Yeah, you just get a mixologist, and you get that guy around, and everyone, I think, probably smokes a little dope, and you sit down in the cabana, and you come up with these drinks, and you come up with a package like the Soak the Couch package. Yes, obviously, you get all jacked up and you pop that champagne, but someone was actually wet when they thought of that.
Yeah.
I'll be a chick.
The Zamboni, one I don't even know how to. I can't. Is this English? I can't.
Where's that? Zamboni.
Yeah, read that.
1 Methuselah, 6 liter of View. I mean, is this French? The French are real assholes here, Lloyd.
I don't know.
What is that?
The penalty box.
So, and you get 10 champagne spray bottles.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is that like a mister?
Like the champagne guns that they have?
Yeah, but it's like, is that like a champagne gun, or is it like, in a youth soccer tournament when it's way too hot out in July and you have to like mist yourself because you might pass out? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
the one ultimatum I wanted to give you, Rob, and we were talking about the other day, but I wanted to bring it to the chat and I wanted to bring the people on YouTube. And it's a hypothetical. And I love hypotheticals, hypothetically speaking. And this one, I thought I wanted to bring your attention. So would you rather spend life in prison, death row, or be a free man, but under one condition? You have to live life as a woman for the entire eternity of your life. So life in prison, or you're a free man, but you're a free woman, and you have to convert.
Do I have to? Am I allowed to be a lesbian?
Yeah, you can be whatever you want. You just Rob Gucci is now a woman.
I have to get the surgeries though.
You have to get nukes, no BBL.
So I can keep my ass, but I have to get fake tits.
You have to get fake tits.
It would be that bad. I feel like it would be cool.
Yeah, and you have to go as now you're Rebecca Gucci.
So
Robert.
Life in prison as me, or
right? Because ultimately,
live the rest of my life as a chick.
Yes, and you're basically being life in prison as two guys that are not jacked and just not going to do well in that type of environment. You're going to be a chick in jail too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna have to be a chick. I like prison just doesn't sound fun to me. I don't want to be in prison my rest of my life. Like, I guess I'd just be a chick, man.
I think you could be a chick, and I think you could probably keep your wrench and be quote unquote.
Oh, I can keep the wrench.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could be quote unquote a woman just on paper, right? Like,
so you have to be like a cross-dresser.
You just basically have to be a cross-dresser, like Mrs. Doubtfire or Bruce Jenner.
I would rather do that than spend
Kyle
my
Kuzma.
life in prison. Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
He's a transgender?
Well, sometimes he walks into NBA games. He's not transgender, but I think some days he wishes he was a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah, I think I couldn't be in jail. I have to be a Jordan, and I have to change the AN to a YN and just go as a chick, and hopefully some chick that wants a wrench, but she also wants a lesbian.
So would your family know? Like you have to tell them, like,
yeah, like that was like, yeah, like my part of the sentence plea agreement was, if I'm not going to jail, I'm now a chick.
Yeah, I'd rather be a chick.
So you're going to think that next Thanksgiving with all your family, it's like, well, yeah, I'm glad you're not in jail, but I'm a chick now. What if your like parents or mom or dad looked you in the eye, like, I just wish you were in fucking jail.
Oh yeah,
I don't like you as a chick.
Yeah, that would suck.
That'd be tough. There's a lot of work that goes into be a woman too, like manicures, pedicures, and getting Brazilian waxes. Like it's just a totally different end of the spectrum.
Yeah, they can't just like get up and well, they could theoretically they could just get up and go about their day, but they have to do so much stuff.
You have to go to like Sephora like 4 days a week, man.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to, but the ones that do, it's like I get it.
Yeah, but it's just like everything is going like basically everything you do as a chick is just to try to look hot nonstop.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
Yeah, I mean that would be really hard. I don't know.
Like you're just walking around and you're just like, wow, like I gotta go to the mall, Sephora today, and then I gotta get a facelift, and then I'm going over to the med spa, and then I'm getting a Brazilian wax job, and then I gotta get something this, and then I'm getting some liposuction here. It's just like it's a lot of work to be a 7.
It's a lot of work to be a hot chick.
Like you're just grinding to try to be hot.
Yeah,
so much work, and then
dudes, you could just be ugly.
For dudes, you can just wake up and like, even if you're fat or ugly, like you still have a chance if you have money or if you're funny.
Yeah.
Chicks, that's like not the case most of the time. Like dudes, like you can just walk around and not do really anything. But if you're the life of the party and you're funny, or you got a little bit of money and you're wearing a Rolex Daytona, like you got a fighting chance.
Yeah, you do.
You really do.
Yeah, you do. What's the scouting report on out here? We got security going on. We got more security. This is our security?
Yeah, this is our security.
We call them in 3, 4, 5 security guys out here.
Yeah, things are starting to heat up over here at the wet deck. How long have we been on the call here for?
We got that chick over there for 35 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, we could open it up to the chat. I mean, I fucking sucked this episode. I mean, I'm so sick. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you're battling it out, but yeah,
I can't
what's
even
the chat
think.
doing? Again, we're live here from Stadium Swim, and I just wanted to talk about a little bit of just now the floodgates seem to like there be opening in the hockey world. We'll talk about a little bit of hockey here, folks, because this is a hockey show. We are reporting live from Stadium Swim, which is the official wet deck of Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Not yet, but we're going to call it that. But yeah, a couple trades over the weekend here, folks. Mikko Rantanen obviously going over to the Carolina Hurricanes. Now listen, Carolina gets a nice little player. I just thought Joe Sakic and Chris McFarland got a little bit taken to the cleaners. And I just think in sense of Martin Necas is obviously an unbelievable player. Drury and the other guy going over, kind of throw-in picks, I think, just in terms of throw-in deals, throw-in items to that deal per se. But Mikko Ferdinand, like, unless Joe Sakic and Chris McFarland know something that Carolina's not going to be able to re-sign that guy, I just think they got fleeced. Like Necas, like he's a nasty player, Rob, and he's going to be on pace for 90-odd points. But Mikko Rantanen in the last 5 years is a top 5 scorer in the National Hockey League. That guy's fucking unbelievable. Like
Rantanen was saying that he was going to take a discount too.
That's what he told a Finnish news reporter that, and I think in terms of the Avs, I just think that they thought he was going to be asking for a number that they couldn't go to, like 14 or 15 million. But you think like Rantanen probably would have taken something similar to, I don't know, McKinnon, or maybe a little bit more, like 12 million. Like, yeah. I think that probably could have got it done.
Yeah, I think so too. The one thing with me is that I'm going to change subject here. Tony DeAngelo getting picked up by the Islanders.
Like 25 minutes the other night.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, everybody that owns a Subaru Forester is so mad that Tony's back in the league.
Oh, dude, the far left, as you would call it, the woke culture, every NHL beat writer to Marky Lazaris, to all the chuggers out there, are so furious Tony DeAngelo is back in the league. They try to paint this guy out to be an absolute just mogul, just a menace to society because listen, Tony liked to tweet about Trump. Tony liked different things. Who cares? He's allowed to like the other side of the coin. And to see Tony back in the league, come back from Russia, play 25 minutes the other night. Patty Waugh said he looked unbelievable. I mean, in a sense, it's pretty impressive to just go over to Russia, sign there late, light it up. He was a point-a-game guy in the Continental. Come back, take like 10 days off, get an NHL contract, come back in your first game against your old team and play 25 minutes. I mean, it's just a testament to how good he actually is. And it's just good to see even guys like Rod Brindamore, who is pretty by the book and buttoned up and a guy that always does the right thing, to go on record and say it's a good thing Tony's back in the league because he's too good of a player to not be here.
Yeah, I mean, how long do you think he's going to stick around in the league, though? I mean, the guy has been on one-way deals for the last, 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He's got a little bit of a window here with the Islanders. Noah Dobson's hurt. Mikey Riley's hurt. So he's going to get power play time even when Dobson comes back. And if they can make a push to make the playoffs, I mean, I could see Sweet Lou re-signing them. I mean, the Providence gangster clearly brought in, an Italian descendant like Tony for a reason, and that's to be a puck-moving defenseman, play on the power play, and really kind of manage that, just puck possession style and just, first pass, good passes, crispy up the ice, join the rush for a reason. And they were lacking that a little bit with that New York Islanders blue line. So I don't know. I think his best chance probably to get re-signed would be with the Islanders going into this season. But if he can finish off the season, 30-odd games, play well, I mean, who knows, man? He'll probably get another one-year deal just based on his pedigree and his quote-unquote off-ice antics. But who knows? He's still young.
I don't really understand why he's always criticized about the antics, though, because he did some racist shit in junior, which obviously is not good. I think I don't even know if that's true. Do you think it is?
I think it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he got suspended for it when he was playing.
Oh, okay. He said some slurs in junior, and yeah, that's not good. But then in the NHL, the only one he really did was headbutt.
Shesterkin.
No, Gorgiev.
Oh, Gorgiev.
Did Gorgiev headbutt DeAngelo or the other way around?
I think Gorgiev might have headbutted DeAngelo.
Yeah.
Right? Like they were in a little bit of a tussle.
But other than that, what else has he done?
What does that matter, though? Teammates always getting dusted.
Teammates always fight.
I was on the ice when Robert Bortuzzo essentially sucker punched Zach Sanford. Like,
you were on the ice for that?
I was on the ice for that scrap.
What happened?
Well, there was just a few there. We were doing a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 drill down low. Our team was so shitty. Mike Yo was coaching, and he's an absolute douchebag. And things boiled over. We were on paper supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, and we weren't to that point in and around Thanksgiving. And those guys were battling it out. They had gone a couple reps against each other, cross checks, pleasantries were exchanged, and Bobo ultimately just had enough. His wires crossed, and throw first, ask questions later. The next thing you know, he's teeing off on Sandy, and obviously Sandy's a big guy, but Bobo at the time was, and he still is just a nail gun. And he fed him a few, and Steve Ott stepped in, and that was that. And next thing you know, the team goes on a run, and they end up winning the Stanley Cup. So like, dust-ups happen all the time, man. Dust-ups happen on a Tuesday when you're a little bit hungover and your team sucks, and you're pissed at a guy because maybe he's ugly or his breath smells, or you just don't like him. You think he's a douche. But then you solve it on the ice, and it's no big deal. And that's a case in New York. But as you know, in New York, it's a show business. And if Larry Bricks gets a hold of that, and media members take it to another level where they can just kind of make it larger than life, yeah, of course you're going to be painted in a bad aspect because you're Tony D and you have other things that you've done. It's just how it goes.
Have you ever gotten to the point where you were going to fight a teammate, or you thought about it, or anything like that?
A little bit in college, but you have a birdcage on. But I remember the one time, and thank God I didn't do it. It was Clem Costin, aka Killer.
You're gonna fight him?
Nail gun. And we were in San Antonio, and he like hit me a little bit high with an elbow in like a 3-on-3 neutral zone little game where you kind of bring up the nets to the blue lines and you play within the neutral zone. And Clem Costin caught me up high, and I cross-checked him once after the drill end. He cross-checked me again. I cross-checked him. He drops his gloves. I'm like, oh, no chance. And this kid at the time was only 19 years old, but he was fighting heavyweights in the AHL as a 19-year-old and piss-pounding them. Thank God I backed down from them. And I mean, it wasn't really that close, but it's just like,
yeah,
he's 19, I'm 25, and I'm saying no before. Like, I'm just skating the other way. It was hilarious. He's like, pussy.
He called you a pussy.
Yeah, I was like, Killer, I'm not going to fight you, buddy. I don't think anyone on this team will. But yeah, that kid, man, I love that kid. He was such a good shit. Like, he had to be on roids because he was so fucking strong as a 19-year-old. And who knows if he was actually 19 at the time. I've always loved his game, and he's one of those guys that legitimately every day in practice almost got in a fight with a guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just always on edge and always doing something a little bit criminal.
Yep.
One of those guys that actually plays harder in practice than he does in a game. It's like, man, fucking relax out here. It's Tuesday. It's the jungle. We don't play till Friday, and then we have 3 games in a row. We're playing a 3-3. Can you just fucking chill out here?
Some guys just don't have an off switch, though.
No. And they only, like I said, like it doesn't matter. Like they'll fight you at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, or they'll fight you at 9 p.m. on an NHL rink when it's hockey night in Canada. Like they don't care. They'll fight anytime, anywhere. And those are the guys you want on your team.
Yeah, for sure.
They really do.
We're going to go to the chat here. Thoughts on Jen Aniston and Barack? Has to be wrench of the year candidate. I'm just going to go on the record and say there's no way Barack Obama's piping Jen Aniston. There's no way. I don't believe it.
I would go on the record and say that if he's DMing her, he's whacked.
He's DMing him. Barack has like a regular Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
He throws up fire on the gram as like the president. That's sick.
Yeah. I've seen him like throw up anything from foundations to, obviously supporting Tim Walz and that side of things. But yeah, if he did bunk Aniston and Mike Obama found out about it, would that make Barack Obama buy? I know we touched on it, and we touched on it on our last epi on Thursday, but I do think Barack Obama would at least get credit from both sides of the plate being a bisexual, because obviously Mike, he married a dude. And then if he did take the screws to Jen Aniston, I mean, listen, Obama, that is an early candidate for wrench of the year.
Obama gets a lot of likes. Like he
gets a lot of pussy.
He posted a picture of Obama posted a picture of Joe Biden as 855,000 likes. This guy must.
Yeah, man. I mean,
he only follows 10 people too,
and Aniston's one of them.
No, it's Michelle. Michelle Obama has 56 million followers. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mike Obama's done well. I mean, she's done everything from a Martha Stewart like cooking book to.
Is Michelle Obama a guy?
Yeah, man. She is.
You actually think that?
Yeah.
Like, why do we think that though? Does someone see like a bulge? Does somebody have like a recollection from a Diddy party? Like, why do people think this is a hockey show? We'll get back to the Rantanen trade in a minute, but why do people actually think Michelle Obama's a guy?
I just think they've seen him in different community showers.
What do you mean? Oh, Michelle Obama's not showering.
Well, yeah, back in the day she was. Yeah.
Where? Just like at Planet Fitness?
Yeah, Planet Fitness or your local outdoor pool.
So there's people that are on the air that have said like, I've seen Michelle Obama's wrench.
Yeah, and I mean it's the same thing with how Barack Obama banged that one guy and he came out on a lie detector test and said he did. And then Mike and Barack came out and said they don't even know who this guy is. Like, there's just where there's smoke, there's always going to be a little fire. I mean, it's no secret their chef just disappearing. Like,
well, they definitely killed their chef.
Right. So it's just like when you hear these things, like, I think there is not, maybe entirely the truth, but 3 or 4, 60% of these things are true. And I think that lies in the category of Mike Obama being a dude.
Why? Yeah, because the chef had to have seen something too.
Right.
Like, what if like the chef was just in the kitchen? It's just like, those hungover mornings. Like sometimes you walk out to the kitchen, you're wearing boxers, like no shirt on.
Yes.
Maybe Michelle Obama was just like hungover and she just walked out into the kitchen and the chef was over a little bit earlier and you can see the bulge in her Tommy Johns and they had to kill the chef.
Right. Like the chef is preparing that day not only breakfast, but the shepherd's pie they're going to have later. And Mike Obama walks out and she doesn't have her long johns on. And all of a sudden her hose is just flapping and hitting her knees.
Yeah.
And then the chef tells his buddies, and then his buddies on a burner account tweet it. And then word gets around and it becomes news. And that's when you have to step in and just kill somebody.
Yeah,
how can you really blame Mike for trying to stay on the low when there are people out there that know she has a wrench?
That's the coolest thing about politics. If you don't like something or something bad goes on, just kill him.
You just kill him. Yeah. Or you actually do something to have something to hold against him too. It's like, you invite him down to Epstein Island and boom.
Yeah.
Now you're on my side. Now you're a Democrat for life.
But the thing is though, if I got invited to Epstein Island and I went there and I saw what was going on, I would just turn around and go home.
Right, but they'd have so many things with you on the island with your camera, your face, and different things. So it's might as well you would have performed those acts because they're going to hold that against you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but what if I just didn't know?
Yeah,
like, I get invited to Epstein Island, right? But I get there and I go, oh my God, this is weird, and I leave.
Yeah.
But what if I went to a wedding down there and they're like, sir, you're on the Epstein Island list? And be like, well, dude, no, I was just at a wedding there.
Right, but then they control the court. The court's working for them. It's going to be a really hard uphill battle for you, even though you didn't do anything. That's the thing. Is they're going to hold it all against you, and you probably don't have, maybe enough money to pay for your legal fees. I mean, it's a mess, right?
Yeah, it is a mess.
It's a mess, right? No pun intended. It's a mess. I mean, we're talking about people that ended up at Epstein Island. And next thing you know, you walk into your wife getting double teamed by a couple nudists from San Diego. It's like a goddamn magic show, and it stops right there. Yeah, so
you hate to see that.
You hate to see it. What else we got from the chat?
Chat, it's about that time. We're going to open up the floor to questions, comments, concerns, answers. We're not relationship experts, but we'll even give you relationship advice, dating advice. TJ says, just joined. Any slays in Vegas so far? A lot of people like to ask us if we're getting pussy, and I don't know. We never really answer those questions. I don't really like going on the air and talking about who I've been kissing. And maybe it's been nobody, and maybe I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm in a dry streak.
Probably leave it at that. Yeah. I mean, number one, the best thing to get out of a dry streak is pay for it. But I'm not a pay for play guy. We weren't on this trip, but I'm saying a lot of guys that do like to get out of dry streaks. I mean, you gotta get greasy. You gotta roll your sleeves up. But no, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is known for hookers too. I just can't get myself to. I'm just not a hooker guy, just because.
No,
I don't know.
No, I've never been a hooker guy because again, their body count is somewhere on the same level or size as a town I grew up in Verona, Wisconsin, and at the time, that's about 8,000.
Yeah, it's a lot. Do you guys ever sleep? We got to get better questions than this. Chat,
fired up.
Chat, fire it up. Jesus Christ, I'm covered in sweat, by the way. Are you
just
sweating?
Dripping. Yep, my back is absolutely leaking in my Pete Rose jersey that I just bought this weekend. Parlay Pete, shout out to Charlie Hustle. Shout out to gambling on your own team. Nothing sicker than that, folks.
Rob, would you have caught that pass from Josh Allen? Yeah, that was a tough one yesterday. Obviously underthrown ball, but it was in pressure, but it was right in his hands. It's just dude, honestly, the stock for white boy football has just been going down and down recently with Mark Andrews. He dropped those 2 passes. White boy football is at an all-time low in terms of their stock right now. So if I was a GM of an NFL team, I would not even be looking at white guys at the combine because they're basically ruining their team's chances left and right.
Yeah, white guy, and especially white guy tight ends right now, the stock is absolutely plummeting. It's like crypto about 2 years ago when it was really high. And oh my God, it takes a turn for the worse. Now, can it get back to, base level? We'll see. But Travis Kelce, obviously, his stock, not perfect right now. He's old. He's an old bull. And then you have these other guys that are just not really putting on for our people at the tight end position. I mean, guys, like, do we need new gloves? Do we need a little pine tar? Do you need to tug to get a little sticky on you? I don't know. Or do you have to, smoke a little dope so you have that sticky on your fingers? But white guy football and white guys as tight ends, the stock is not perfect right now. It's nothing to write home about, Rob.
Do either of you sincerely believe in the script? I personally don't think there's a chance the NFL doesn't help the Chiefs as much as possible. But why though? Why would they help the Chiefs? No one wants to see the Chiefs win.
It would be for ratings.
Yeah, but no one wants to see the Chiefs win anymore.
Yeah, I just think I don't know if it's scripted, but I just think, why doesn't the NFL have full-time referees? Like, a lot of these guys go out there and they work at a place like Steak Escape in the mall or Foot Locker.
Yeah, they're like, or lower end lawyers.
Yeah, it's like, why does the NFL, like, these guys are reffing anywhere from high school football to National Football League games.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Why doesn't is Goodell that cheap in a $1 billion industry to not have full-time referees? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. What's your opinion on Josh Allen 2015 tweet where he said white is right? Did he tweet that?
Yeah, he did. He used to tweet a bunch of goofy different things.
So he's pretty racist guy.
In 2015 he was, but he probably changed.
Yeah, you could change.
You know what I mean?
You could be racist.
Like, a lot of people change. A lot of people are dudes that turn to chicks. A lot of people are not racist, and they're racist, or vice versa. There's just a lot of shit that can happen in a decade.
I'm off a 3-day bender and bunked twice, but I still woke up to work at 8 a.m. We appreciate the grit, Bobby. Yeah, thanks, guys. This is probably my worst episode of all time, but Swish is holding it down here. We're at Circa. But, yo, the fact that you made it into work after a 3-day bender and bunking twice, I mean, that's just the American dream.
Yeah, that's what we call the double single. 3 nights out and 2 bunks. That's a hell of an effort, my friend. I mean, if you're shooting 66%, I believe that is on the radio dial, that's a good effort, man. That's up for the Silver Slugger of the year, the Wrench of the year. So if you stay on those numbers, good on you, and props that you made it to work. That's the old triple single. 3, 2, 1. Now we are cleared for takeoff, folks.
We got anything else coming in here? We got what's your
chat? Are there any chicks in the chat? What are we doing? We're at Circa right now, Las Vegas, at Stadium Swim on a goddamn Monday, gutting it out for the people. What are we up to out there? How we feeling? Again, Jay Swish, Bob Gucci, flu game. We're gutting it out. Again, this Vegas air just gets to you. At a certain point, you just start to get sick. It's like they pump so much oxygen in the casino, it actually has a reverse osmosis like effect on you.
Is it gay to wear lotion? We have a hard-hitting question coming in from Raphael.
Gay to wear lotion? Now, listen, all my black buddies, they all get the baby oil and the lotion, and that's something I learned from that side of things. I think lotion is important. I don't use it, but speaking of just dry and just crusty, my lips right now are just hurting. So maybe I should pull out the old Vaseline No Diddy, put some of that on my lips, and get the lotion out, the old Johnson's. But yeah, I don't think it's gay. It's just like, I'm not a big lotion guy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm not either. Do a live show in Helsinki, chilling. The other night, Swish, we had a couple drinks. We were talking about doing Hockey Night live from Moscow, and I actually want to do it.
I would love to go to Moscow. I would love to get to the Red Square. Hockey Night live from the Red Square would be unbelievable. But yeah, we've been having some ideas of just different obscure locations, and that's kind of what we want to do here, folks, just previewing a little bit moving forward. Give us some locations you'd like to see the fellas pop out for, not only the live show, just live pods in general, because we're trying to keep this interesting.
Yeah, we're trying to pop up in random cities and doing shit like this. It's Monday morning at Circa. We did a podcast a couple days ago live from the balcony at the Cosmopolitan. I don't think it's ever been done before, where we're just popping up and doing podcasts from random locations. So
yeah, just
tell us where you want us to do it from.
Chat, we got anything else?
Calgary, the boys fucking love you. We love Calgary too. We will be back. You got to go to Detroit. We're definitely going to go to Detroit.
Yeah, shout out to the Dirty. Shout out to the 313. Shout out to 8 Mile. Shout out to B Rabbit. Shout out Little Caesars
Shout
Arena.
out to Nick LaPointe in the chat. Says Aussie Open thoughts, boys. Man, I just think that Djokovic, when he retired like that, I was surprised, but he must be really banged up, because that 25th major is going to be hard for him to get, man. He's getting older. There's only 4 a year. Father time, dude. Sabalenka is just so nasty on the women's end. She was such a force, dude. But yeah, I thought it was a good tournament. I actually thought it was a great one.
Yeah, I mean, I love Sabalenka. I love her tattoo there. It's that fucking tiger, whatever. It literally just looks like she's going to rip your wrench off the minute she looks at you. But you go back to Djokovic. We were watching that game against the big German there, and his skunk was unbelievable hot. Bob Gucci pointed her out to me in the stands. Like, wow, East Berlin model. But as I'm talking about pussy, I'm going to go back to the Aussie Open. And Joker, it was just so sad to see him retire. I mean, he was into that first set, ultimately ended up losing in the tiebreaker. But, man, it's going to be hard for him. It's going to be, as the seasons go and the tournaments go, his best chances, I think, are going to be early in the year where he's won at the Aussie 10 times, and as well as probably Wimbledon. Maybe can squeeze one out on clay, but I just think as far as the U.S. Open, I think you can write that one off because it's just too late in the season for a 37, 38-year-old to kind of make it and withstand a full season. I mean, he's getting hurt a lot, man. And
he's getting up there.
You know what I mean? Unless he were to take off a couple majors or something earlier in the season and then play for the U.S., I think that one is a write-off. I don't think he's going to be able to win that. His best chances are going to come early in the season with the first two tournaments, and that being the Aussie and then ultimately Wimbledon at the All English Lawn Club.
We got to go to Wimbledon.
Nasty. Playing on the grass. Best thing about Wimbledon, too, is you can play on that grass for 2 weeks, and then you can actually – it's crazy. You can smoke it after, too. Like, they give it out. You can smoke that grass.
What do you mean?
You can roll it up like a doobie.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
I didn't know
it has a little sativa in it.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
so that's what they do. Like, the ground screw there that's what they get awarded for, or rewarded with, is you take care of the grass for 2 weeks, 3 weeks leading up to the tournament, and then they just let it kind of unseed, and you can go pick it and put it in a blunt.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool that way. Is you actually can get high off it. It is a little bit of a psychedelic.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's always. I think it kind of smokes to like that fake synthetic stuff, like K2 back in the day, where you would take a puff of it, and then the next thing you know, you wake up face down at an Outback Steakhouse in a booth, wondering where your bloomin' onion is and crying. But nonetheless, yeah, it does work.
Hang on, you do a little bit of that. You end up on Fremont Street.
Yes.
Like that crackhead last night from my room, just dancing for hours, dude.
The amount of crack smoked so casually on Fremont Street in Vegas rivals a place like Edmonton, Alberta.
Yes.
There's a lot of crack, man. It was pretty peaceful, too, how they were smoking. I mean, obviously, after they hit it, they start running in a circle like they're playing Red Rover. But to that point, and as the buzz wears off, I mean, they're just going about their business, man. And you know, there's nothing wrong with being high.
No.
You know? So shout out to the crackheads of Fremont Street. Shout out to everyone finding their buzz. Yeah, Fremont Street is definitely a different look. I think they outbanned all the homeless on the strip, or they try to. They find you, they kind of just pick you up in the back of a truck, or you know, put you in the behind bars and kind of shuffle you over back to Fremont. But yeah, man, the community over here in that sense, the homeless community, you can tell that they're all in it together.
Yeah, it's a great community of crackheads out here.
Yeah, they're just the way they're able to share their pipes. I even saw a guy give another guy one of his trash bags because he was going to use that as a pillow. I don't think it was quite Tempur-Pedic, but there was a nice layer of different things like 7-layer dip, nachos, some styrofoam. So that really created a nice cushion for your neck. And, you know, he gave it to him, man. And shout out to that guy that was sleeping outside the Gold Nugget the other night. It looked like it was just a community, willing to go the extra mile for each other. What are we at here, folks? We're at 58 odd minutes. Do we have anything else, folks? Again, a little crack won't hurt you. Any chicks in the chat? How are we doing out there? What are we up to on a Monday? Are we at work? Are we watching the boys from work? If you're watching from work, send us a tweet. You got one screen, you're looking at your TPS reports. The other screen, you're on some site looking for rookie cards of Ichiro Suzuki. And then on your phone, maybe you're watching the boys or an iPad. Send us a picture of where you're watching from, because we love to see that shit. Again, we're live here from Circa Casino as we are about to wrap this up on a Monday. Again, go over to HockeyNightInScottsdale.shop. Check out that. Check out our merch. Check out our latest videos on YouTube. Again, after this is done, comment on your video, on our video on YouTube, and comment what your favorite drink of choices. So if you're a Long Island iced tea guy, you're an old fashioned, a Manhattan, a screwdriver, a Bloody Mary, a PBR, MGD 64. What do you like to drink? Maybe you like something slutty. Maybe you like something, just that'll kind of wet your whistle in a different way, especially if you're a chick out there. But again, live from Circa Casino, live from the wet deck. This is Hockey Night in Scottsdale. I'll take one or two more questions if you have anything in here, folks. Gatorade glass bottle. Joe Sanchez, again,
shout out to Joe Sanchez. Are mojitos gay?
Mojitos, I wouldn't say they're gay, but they're definitely bisexual, right? Because they I would say they're predominantly, if you're a male, consumed by females. I would say it's 55-45 if you're cutting it down the middle in terms of a pie. But yeah, I would say mojitos, they definitely lean gay or bi, but there's nothing wrong with sipping something like that, especially toes in the water, ass in the sand. Hockey night in Scottsdale, folks. I think we're going to wrap it up here.
Circa.
Thank you for tuning in from Circa. We will be back in Scottsdale this week for another show, but thanks again, folks. We love you out there. HockeyNightScottsdale.shop. Go like, subscribe, and comment your favorite drink on YouTube on this video. Low and slow out there. It is Monday, 93.1.
Shout out to Circa. Thank you, Circa. Bye-bye.